Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. Monster matchup.
Well, with nothing resting on this, Peter, I'm hoping that there'll be more impetus for the players to just enjoy the game with the pressure off, try out a few different things, and we get something open and free-flowing.
So away we go then. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
I really like the look of this guy, Foden, who to me is a player who has a bit of everything. An eye for goal, quick feet, great vision, and a willingness to take on his defensive duties when required. Although he's probably best deployed out on the right, where his best attacks seem to emanate.
Okay, interesting. Savinho. And here's Bernardo Silva. Time to deliver. The cross comes in. Romero can get it clear. Ignoring. So who's he picking out? Neat. Out to the left it goes. And it's played forward. And it's Porro. Johnson. Johnson played out towards the right wing. Showing good feet. Out to the right, Pedro Porro. Kudus gets flagged offside. Donnarumma sends that a long way. Haaland. Ignoring. And he goes cross-field. And here's Foden. Lewis. Rodri. Bernardo Silva. Rodri. And here's Haaland. Haaland. Oh, shooting chance! Kudus. Johnson. Romero, Kudus, and it's Udogi. Bernardo Silva, Rodri, Foden, Ruben Dias, Rodri. Savinho going full steam ahead down the left flank. Playing cross-field, changing the point of attack. Here's Haaland. Pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Bissouma. João Kudus. Brennan Johnson. Pedro Porro. Bissouma. Great defending, strong and determined. Johnson. Oh, good spread. Now it's Johnson. Johnson! And kept out by the most elastic of plays.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Ball's played through. And it's Kudus. Pedro Porro puts them all in. Haaland. And here's Colomwani. Brennan Johnson. That's a good chance. That is the breakthrough.
Yeah, the touch before the finish is so often the critical part, and we've just seen an example.
So the game's first significant moments, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Played towards the other side. Foden. And it's Bernardo Silva. Rodri. Bernardo Silva. Muscular approach does pay off here. Johnson. Pedro Porro. Bissouma, Pedro Porro. Caresses it through. Savinho. Haaland. And for a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. He's in a great position. Great chance! Denied by an instinctive save.
Well, to be honest, he shouldn't have spilled out in the first place, but he recovered it really quickly, so no harm done.
Bernardo Silva. Played out to the right. And it's Lewis. And here's Foden. Foden hangs one in. João Palhinha. So just the one early goal to report so far. And the score is 1-0. Bissouma. Pedro Porro. Romero. João Palhinha. Johnson. Udogi. And here's Kudus. Ruben Dias. Savinho. Oh, that's well done, really robust. Danso. Romero chooses to go cross-field. And it's Kudus. It's a physical challenge. Rodri. It's a threatening ball.
Well, that was well positioned and well pitched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Now it's Colomwani. proves too strong. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Nuri looks to the other side.
Really looking to do something that's simple here, Peter, but it has to be effective.
How exactly can they do that?
Well, they're tucking their fullbacks into midfield to enable their more talented personnel to push forward.
Pedro Porro. Oh, red. Nice interception.
Rodri.
Savinho, played over towards the opposite flank. And it's Lewis. Played into the middle. Van der Ven tries to clear.
Rodri.
Nuri. Chance for a shot! And it's hoisted clear. Plenty waiting in the middle.
Rodri.
Can he finish? Pedro Porro. Romero. Van der Ven. João Palhinha. Danso. João Palhinha. Van der Ven. Pedro Porro. Romero shifted upfield. Colomboani. Kudus made out to the left flank. The doggy, oh, it's played into the area. Rodri gets good distance on it. Bissouma. And here's Johnson. And here's Colomboani. Kudus made out towards the right wing. Spurs. Rodri. Guardiola, and it goes crossfield. Rodri. Bernardo Silva. Lewis. Played back in, out to the right. Foden. Now here's the delivery. Kudus. Udogi. Kudus. And here's Kudus. He is just caressing the ball. Now who's going to be first to this? Now it's Haaland. Bernardo Silva. Lewis. Bissouma. João Palhinha. Danso. Van der Ven. Udogi. Kudus. And it's Kudus. The ball is loose and the chase is on. Bissouma. Johnson! Oh, they could be caught out here, this time surely!
Well, he should have done better, and he knows it.
Well, there wasn't too much wrong with his effort. He needs to get on the ball again and give it another crack. I would.
Rodri. Savinho chooses to go cross-field. Bernardo Silva. Now it's Haaland. Chance!
Very decent attempt.
Danso. Van der Ven, gently done. Rodri. And here's Savinho. Savinho! And for a moment, time stood still. It's Udogi. And here's Kudus. Out towards the flank. Now it's Kudus. Palhinha. Tries to get it clear. Guardiola. Aim forwards. Romero. Palhinha. Danso looks to the other side. Van der Ven. Palhinha. Van der Ven forwards and with intent. Romero. Palhinha. Danso. Palhinha. Vicario. One ball by the goalkeeper. It's really well manoeuvred.
The confidence and skill to be able to hold the ball up like that until support arrives a little sooner, and just maybe there he overdid it slightly and should have released it because the support was arriving quickly.
Savinho does really well to win the ball back. Rodri. Ignoring. Moved on forwards. Lovely bit of skill. Rodri. And here's Haaland. Haaland! It's a carbon carbon copy of the previous miss.
Well, the breakthrough hasn't come yet, Peter, but you do feel they're upping the ante here. They'll get their reward if they can stick at this.
Van der Ven with the clearance. It's Bernardo Silva. Applies the finish!
Udogi.
Danso. João Palhinha. Van der Ven. Bissouma. João Palhinha. Kudus wins the duel this time. Johnson, oh, good spread. Pedro Porro chips it through. Lewis. Foden. Lewis. Bernardo Silva. Half an hour played now. Johnson, that's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Bernardo Silva. Savinho. Cross goes in there. Van der Ven gets it away. Foden in once more. That is a brilliant interception. Bissouma. Johnson. Johnson looking for options. Bissouma. Foden. Ignoring. Looking for a decent ball in. And it's Bernardo Silva. Nice interception, well timed. Now it's Colomwani. João Palhinha. Bissouma. Van der Ven forwards and with intent. Pedro Porro. Johnson. And here's Colomwani. Foden. Solid defending, refused to be out-muscled. Hit into the middle. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Ignoring. And here's Savinho. Savinho. Savinho proves just a little bit too strong. He's in a good position here. Bissouma. Johnson. Danso. Udogi. Danso. Bissouma. Kudus. Brennan Johnson. Out to the right. Delivered across. A header! One of the best of headers. Ruben Dias. Bernardo Silva. Savinho. Played cross-field, changing the point of attack. Oh, lovely feed. He is such a good mover. And it's Lewis. Foden. That is lovely. Rodri. Bernardo Silva. And Bernardo Silva! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Bernardo Silva really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
That's so. Bissouma. Udogie. Played towards the other side. Pedro Porro has set up one goal so far. João Palhinha. Kudus. Kudus played out towards the right wing. Aimed in towards the centre. And it's hoisted clear. Bissouma. Pedro Porro. João Palhinha. Kudus. Over to the left. João Palhinha. Johnson. Savinho. That's really well manoeuvred. Palhinha does well to get it back. Bissouma. Now it's Colomwani. That's Porro. Johnson. And here's Colomwani. Lewis shifted upfield. Foden. Bissouma. Bissouma. Johnson. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Bernardo Silva. Nouri. Nice looking ball. Savinho. Pedro Porro. João Palhinha. Calmly anticipates. Now it's Colomwani. João Palhinha. Pedro Porro. Oh, delicate chip through. Foden. Nouri. Aim forwards. Serves up across. Foden played back in. Just deflected over the goal line for a corner. They've played it short. Foden. Bernardo Silva. Great defending, strong and determined. And here's Haaland. Goes for a shot! That was superb!
Really looks sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Danso. It's Toro. And here's Colin. Shot a goal!
That's a half-decent try.
Colin is clearly kicking himself here. He knew that was a great opportunity.
Rodri. And it's 1-0 at the break.
Here we go again then.
A solitary goal. That has been the crucial difference.
Udogi can get it clear.
Pedro Porro tries to clear.
No, he didn't quite meet it right.
And it's been taken short.
Now it's Bernardo Silva.
Foden. Rodri. Bernardo Silva.
Succumbs to the pressure. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time.
Bernardo Silva surely had to know he had the support to his right, and if he didn't, he just needs to get his head up.
And it's Udogi. Colin.
Johnson. Kudus gently down.
And the finish! And this is getting better and better.
Colomwani more or less by himself, as cool as you like.
Peter, I can tell you, that was nothing short of a cold-blooded execution.
So that's two now without reply.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it, now they have it.
Now it's Haaland! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Danso. Romero.
Udogi.
Danso. João Palhinha.
Pedro Porro. Brennan Johnson.
Bissouma. And that is as far as they're going to go.
Lewis.
Foden.
Lewis.
Bernardo Silva. And here's Haaland. Oh, it's come loose.
Udogi.
Kudus.
Pedro Porro. Johnson.
Romero. João Palhinha. Kudus. Udogi. And it's Kudus.
The pressing's intense, and it's paid off.
Rodri. Ignori.
Savinho. Bissouma does really well to win the ball there.
João Palhinha. Udogi. Danso. Udogi. Danso. Romero. Bissouma.
He's not played the ball, that's a foul.
Danso. Udogi. And here's Kudus. Colomwani! Oh, denied brilliantly!
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Now it's Bissouma. Chooses to go back. Udogi. Johnson. Spread out to the left. Palhinha wins the duel this time. Colomwani! And a goal kick. Ignori. Savinho. Bernardo Silva. Rodri. Foden. And it's Lewis. Bernardo Silva. Rodri.
That's a clever looking ball. That has been knocked clear. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other.
Udogi gently done.
Chance to play it in. Guardiola getting this one clear.
Lewis. Foden. Rodri.
That dugout has had some relief at least, but now the harder work starts. They've got to push for more.
Split-second reaction.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Bissouma does really well to win the ball there.
Johnson. And it's Kudus.
He's coming under serious pressure here.
Yeah, they're certainly getting much tighter to him now. At least the message was received.
Foden. Rodri.
Lewis.
Bernardo Silva. Ignory. Looks to the other side. Foden.
Lewis.
João Palhinha. Danso. Udogi. That'll be a throw. Ruben Dias.
Lewis.
Foden.
Lewis.
Rodri. Bissouma.
Pedro Porro. Brennan Johnson. Pedro Porro.
And here's Johnson.
Great defending, strong and determined. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him.
And it's played forward. Savinho takes a look up. Udogi with the clearance. Foden. Oh, sweet feet. Oh, what a climb!
And the header is disappointing in the end.
You really could have done with engaging those crosses much higher up the pitch there. This isn't good defending.
Johnson.
Romero.
Pedro Porro. Van de Ven.
Udogi. And it's Kudus. And here's Colomwani.
João Palhinha.
Kudus.
Johnson.
Played out to the right. Bissouma. And he's there to get it away. And claimed it back swiftly. Bissouma.
Pedro Porro. Johnson.
Kudus. Stones did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Stones. That's really well manoeuvred. Ignory. Bernardo Silva. Ignory. And he goes cross-field. Foden. Nice control. Cross needs to be good.
Udogi.
Kudus. Van de Ven shifted upfield. Ignory. Bernardo Silva knocks it out wide. Ignory.
Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. It's run loose here. And it's Rodri. And here's Haaland. Haaland, and he shoots! Just off target. Bernardo Silva plays it short. Foden. Johnson. Kudus. And that's a foul. Simple decision for the referee. And it's Udogi. Savinho. Bernardo Silva. Ignori. Played cross-field, changing the point of attack. Lewis. Bernardo Silva. And that's a foul. Free kick's been given. That has been cleared. That's good play. There are a few waiting for it. And it's Bernardo Silva. He's got options in the box if he gets his head up. Up he goes! That needed to be better, and he knows it.
You really could have done with engaging those crosses much higher up the pitch there. This isn't good defending.
Pedro Porro. Bissouma. Romero. Danso. Udogi. Danso. Romero. Bissouma. Pedro Porro. João Padilha. And here's Colomwani. Doggy. And they've got a throw. And it's Udogi. He's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. It's all a little short of forward momentum, lacking thrust. Silva. And that's put paid to a promising move.
Kudus. Danso. Kudus. Pedro Porro, played into space. Can he deliver? And he will tries a shot! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Pedro Porro goes short. Pedro Porro climbs up big! That was no routine save.
Joe Palhinha actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Looks to the other side. Foden. Kudus did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. Doggy. Romero. Johnson. And it's Porro. Clearly not happy with that. Johnson is sporting a guilty look after that.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Colomwani. Joao Palhinha. Bissouma. Pedro Porro. Romero. Joao Palhinha. Van de Ven. Joao Palhinha. Now it's Colomwani. Kudus. The doggy. Danso. Johnson. And here's Colomwani. The defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Ruben Dias. Savinho. And it's Bernardo Silva. Now it's Savinho. In it comes. Bissouma, aim forwards. Kudus. Udogi. That a foul? Yes, the referee's given it. Danso. And it's Udogi. Joao Palhinha. Bissouma. Johnson. Colomwani. Oh, the ball's come loose here. Joao Palhinha. That's tidy. That is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined.
Well, if you dwell on it for that long, that's what happens.
Foden plays it in. Ruben Dias gets across to intercept that. Bernardo Silva.
Lewis. Now it's Foden. Lewis. Lovely feet. Bernardo Silva. And Bernardo Silva!
Well, that is rather wayward.
Look, they seem set on a tactic that's not really yielding any results. You'd imagine they're targeting a weakness, but they look a weakness themselves.
Bissouma. Romero. Leading by 2 and the finishing line in sight. Moved on forwards. And it's Bernardo Silva. Out to the left it goes. In into the middle. And reclaimed it in a trace. It's come through and he's had a quick look inside. There are a few waiting for it. But here's Haaland!
That's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Talinia aimed forwards. Pedro Porro. Bissouma does really well to win the ball there. Van de Ven. João Palhinha. Bissouma. Udogi. Brennan Johnson. Pedro Porro. Bissouma. Johnson. Pedro Porro. Oh, it's come loose. Haaland proving a very adept defender. It was a good tackle too.
Yeah, listen, we often get critical of a forward's tackle, but that was squeaky clean.
Brennan Johnson. Bissouma. And here's Colomwani. Played out wide. Just 5 minutes remaining now. João Palhinha. Over to the left. Searching pass he's played there. It's come to nothing. Bernardo Silva. Savinho. Good glory. And he goes cross-field. Kudus. Bissouma. Pedro Porro. Johnson. Johnson, and the ball's come loose here. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Bernardo Silva, Lewis, Foden. Rodri. Bernardo Silva. Rodri. Bernardo Silva. Nice physical challenge. And he cuts out the supply. Rodri. Good glory. Rodri. And it's Lewis. Great defending, strong and determined. Haaland! the ball. Udogi. Danso. João Palhinha. That's the throw. Lewis. Foden. Lewis. Rodri. Bernardo Silva. Rodri. Bernardo Silva. Rodri. Bernardo Silva. Rory. Now it's Savinho. Savinho's cross. Foden. There's the shot! Well, that wasn't too dissimilar to the previous attempt. Really well cleared. Decent progress down the left. That's a nicely weighted pass. Johnson. Kudus. Ah, such a clever touch. So who's he picking out? And it's Bissouma. And the shot!
Kudus usually is so good from that range. He didn't quite connect as he can though.
It's really well manoeuvred. Haaland! Haaland! It's off target and by quite a way. Doggy. So that's it. It is all over. Well, don't you just love it when a plan comes together? Victory never in doubt in the mind of the mastermind in all of this. A solid win, which will be welcomed all round. So what do you take away from it all, Jim?
I think that early goal, Peter, pretty much decided everything. It dictated